AFTV here. We're chilling by the Rhine. You can see beautiful river that runs through Frankfurt. All the way down there, you can see it's looking lovely. Some guys out there on some boats. Really nice there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all right.
The calm before the storm that's going to be tonight. I remember when we was at that thing last night, that Oktoberfest event, I was chatting to this Eintracht Frankfurt fan. He's an Eintracht Frankfurt season ticket holder. And he said to me, he goes, Robbie, this is our biggest game for 30 years, in his opinion. He goes, listen, we play Bayern and those teams there, but this is different. He goes, it's Arsenal coming to town. He goes, yes, we played Chelsea last year, but we think that Arsenal's bigger, right? Which is right there, by the way, right? And he goes, honestly, it's like a Champions League final to them. The atmosphere is going to be electric. Everybody's been looking forward to this game. So it's a huge game. So I don't think we can go into this game with no weak team. Like, it's not Karabag and, you know, those teams that we were playing last year, you know, Ostersunds and things like that, where you can play these weak teams. This, especially on the back of what happened at Watford, we could do with like a morale boosting win or even a draw with a good performance. But it's an important game for Unai Emery, who's been, for the first time, I think, since he's come to Arsenal, under some, what I call serious pressure, because some of the talk that's been coming from the fans is, you know, they're a bit worried at the moment. So what, now I'll ask you, you give me your team and I'll give you my team. What team are you going to go with? Now, what a lot of people don't know is that we did kind of do a starting 11 yesterday. And in our 11, we both had Ozil in there. Ozil's not travelled, and nor has Socrates hasn't travelled either. Why has Ozil not travelled? I mean, what, does this guy play any football?
The manager said he's being rested. Now, is
rested? He's only played one game.
But Robbie, you're saying that to me like I know what the hell's going on. Like Mesut's my mate, and he texted me last night and told me the ins and outs. I don't know.
I thought he was the way you was bigging him up.
Oh, listen, but I don't know. I don't know whether this is Unai Emery's decision. I don't know whether this is Mesut. I honestly don't know. He's played 72 minutes or so in 3 months. Why are you needing a rest?
I don't understand it. I mean, obviously we know the stuff that went on at the start of the season with him and all the incident, you know, in Golders Green and stuff like that. But now, get the guy on the pitch, let him play. I mean, it's in Germany. He's German. You know, that's the ideal place to play him. I honestly really mystified about this whole Mesut Ozil thing. But he's not playing. Yeah. So I want you to give me your starting 11. What are you going to go for?
I'm going to go with 3 at the back.
Now you said this yesterday, 3 at the back. Well, you're see, this is it now. You're so negative.
Right, give me the
negative. 3 at the back.
Get off. Right, I'm going to tell you why. Right, and the reason why I'm going to hold the mic so you stop interrupting me.
You're negative.
Right, the reason why I'm having 3 at the back is because of the personnel within the team. If you go with 4 at the back, then you're looking at around about 2-3 maximum of those 4 are not comfortable in those positions. Maitland-Niles has just done an interview which was released, and he has said he's not a right back. He doesn't like playing in defence. He's still trying to learn that position. He's coming up against tricky wingers and he's struggling.
Let me just say
something. No. You can say something afterwards. Wait.
All
Right? His trade is midfield, wing. He's better as an attacker. Kolasinac, we already know he's not a good left back, but he's decent as a wing back. So I'm going with a shape to suit the players that are there, because I feel that they're square pegs, round holes. So play to those players' strengths until the players that we've got coming in do come in. And that's what I'm going to go with. So starting off in goal, I'm going to go with Emi Martinez. And simple reason, because I feel that that's what Unai Emery will do. Predominantly changes keepers for the Europa League, Carabao, FA Cup, etc. I would have Bernd Leno, but I'm going with what I feel Unai Emery would do. Back 3, I'm going to go with David Luiz, I'm going to go with Rob Holding, and I'm going to go with Callum Chambers. Socrates is not here. David Luiz plays better in a 3 than a flat 4. Proved that in the season that Chelsea won the league. He was probably one of their players of the season. Rob Holding, Callum Chambers, both players that are good with the ball at their feet, comfortable, can receive. Doesn't matter whether players on them, etc., etc. They can do what they need to do. In the right wing back position, yesterday when I was talking about this, I was looking at Mustafi, but given the comments by Maitland-Niles as well, I would play him as a right wing back because he will cause more problems getting forward than being in that defensive mindset. Left wing back, Kolasinac, already explained, too big a game for the likes of Saka and whatnot to play that position. The midfield area, the first two that I'll have is Lucas Torreira and Joe Willock. Joe Willock, I know he's a young lad, but he's got enough experience. He's been put in pressure Premier League games this season already, and he's handled it well, so why not give him his head? Lucas Torreira needs to start getting minutes now. Hasn't really had a great start to the season. I don't know whether the talk of transfers to Milan maybe affected him, but he needs to start getting minutes, and he needs to play in that defensive midfield area, the place where he's at his strongest. Stop playing him further forward. He's a defensive midfielder. Put him there. Going to go with the area just in front. Obviously, yesterday we were talking about Mesut Ozil, but you'll go with Dani Ceballos. Need to have creativity behind the front too, and that's what I'm going to go with. Emery said that he was hot, and that's why he took him off the other day. Listen, we've already spoke about that. He's from Spain. He's not from Russia or somewhere like that where they're not used to it. And as the front two, I'll have Nicolas Pepe. Need to keep him getting minutes, need to keep him starting to, tick over and get the feel of the team and everything else. And the guy needs a goal. That's all he needs. And I feel he'll kick on from there. Like Henry, like Bergkamp, players that took 7, 8, 9 games to integrate and get within the side. And then Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. If we had someone else, I would put him on the bench, but we have no one else. Lacazette's injured, Nketiah's at Leeds, and needs must, and he's in fine form at the moment, and if anyone's going to win us the game, it's Aubameyang. So that's my starting 11. I've said my reasons why, and now you can take the mic and waffle on. Thanks.
This guy's cheeky, innit? Shall I throw him in the bloody river? You know what I mean? I don't know who he thinks he's talking to, Right, now listen, let me just explain something. First of all, let's go to that Maitland-Niles thing. I mean, I'm sorry, and I've said this before, you are a young player, right, who is very difficult as any academy player to break into the first team. I'm sorry, you've broken in as a right back. His chances of getting into that midfield right now are slim. That's the era of strength. We can't even fit in Torreiras and people like that. How's he going to get into it, right? Concentrate on turning yourself into a right back. Because if you don't like playing that position, then they're going to send you back to the under-23s. No, you would prefer to play in the midfield there. Make the position your own. There's been loads, hundreds of players over the years that have broken into the first team of a Premier League club, like Wan-Bissaka, who was also a midfield player who has made that position his own. And I'm sorry, this sounding like excuses from Maitland-Niles. I like him, and I like him as a player, but I'm sorry, you've got a chance to cement your position in Arsenal's first team. You've got to do that. So I think that's excuses. Now I'm going to give you what I think. I do think your formation, I'm sorry, it's negative. 3 at the back. That means we're going to again be sitting back in a 5 formation for a lot of the game, bringing Frankfurt onto us. Probably we'll be 62 shots this time instead of 31. You know what I mean? I want to see Arsenal on the front foot. When I'm chatting to that guy last night, they're nervous of Arsenal. They're like, this is our big club coming to town. Why are we, I know you've got to be sensible, but why are we going into these defensive formations against Eintracht Frankfurt? Get on the front foot.
I've explained why. Personnel.
What do you mean personnel?
Because I told you.
All right, listen. Let me give you my formation. I'm going 4-3-3. I want to be positive, right?
Go on then.
A back 4. All right, Martinez. I will play Leno. Martinez will probably play, but I will play Leno for the fact that we need to win this game. So for me, Leno in goal, right? We need to win this game. We're our best team. It's our first outing in the Europa League. Go strong. Not in this, no more this sentimental thing, no more either. You know what I mean? Go strong in that game. Emi Martinez can play against Forest in the League Cup. I want to win this game. It's an important game for Arsenal.
All right today?
Yeah, I'm all right. This is an important game. And don't interrupt me either. I didn't interrupt you.
You have hangover?
I didn't interrupt you, did I? Right? Going into this game, on the back of what happened at Watford, we need to win. Leno in goal. Then I'm going to go back 4. It might be a bit controversial, my back 4, but this is it, right? Right? Left-hand side, you have to go Kolasinac. only because there's no one else right now. That's the only reason he keeps his place in my team, because that's the other thing. We've got to start dropping players that are not performing. Socrates is not travelled. I would have dropped him anyway, so that makes no difference, because to me, he's had a poor start to the season. David Luiz has started poorly as well, but I felt that in the first half of the game against Watford, he was defending pretty well. Socrates has been a bit all over the place all season and towards the end of last season. So David Luiz and Chambers, I think it's still early for Rob Holding to just drop him in. You heard what they said the atmosphere is going to be like, and that to go into a cauldron for your first game back, I think that's a bit tough. So Chambers and David Luiz, right back, I'm going to put Mustafi in there. Number one, we've got to start playing this guy. Is he's to have any value, right? When we try to move him on in January. And also, I don't know, I just got a feeling he might be a bit more solid as a right back than what Maitland-Niles is. Maitland-Niles going forward, without doubt, way better than, you know, playing Mustafi. But defensive-wise, I think it'd be a better shout to have Mustafi in there. At least I want to see him giving a try there to see what he can do in that position, because we've really been struggling there. Then in the midfield, free of Torreira. I'm sorry, Xhaka gets dropped. He's been poor all season. Drop him. Let him earn his position back in the team, right? I'm not saying I'm binning him. I'm saying drop him, right? Torreira, I can understand why he's been looked a bit dodgy so far this season. He never gets a bloody chance. It's like the guy don't want to play this guy. You know what I mean? He's a holding midfielder. He's playing him on the right. He's playing him further. Play him as a holding midfielder, you know, with Willock and Ceballos. That is a great free there in midfield. Willock and Ceballos will bring a lot of hard work, and Torreira will bring the discipline there, as well as Ceballos bringing a lot of skill as well. And then a front three of, on the right-hand side, on the left-hand side, Reece Nelson, right? On the other side, Nicolas Pepe, and through the middle, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I would have liked to have possibly rested Aubameyang, like you said, because if we lose this guy, well, we could be mid-table. You know what I mean? Especially with no Lacazette there. But that would be my front three. Use the natural, you know, players who can bring natural width in Reece Nelson and Nicolas Pepe, who, like, I agree with you, he needs a goal, and Aubameyang down the middle. And let's be positive, man. This negative form of football. I want Arsenal now to start stamping their authority on these games. I want us to start getting our identity back as an attacking team. Not 1 week we're defending, then there's 5, then there's diamonds. No. This is what I want. We're not playing Real Madrid. We're not playing PSG on them. You know
what? It would probably be easier if we were playing Real Madrid. It's in a state they're in at the minute.
Well, that's true. Right, so I want us to go attacking in this game, and that's what I'd like to see. What do you guys think? Would love to see your comments. Do you agree with Mr. Negative here and go with his negative formation? Or are you like me saying, let's get on the front foot? I don't think your formation's on the front foot. I'm sorry. You're even saying, oh, it's with the personnel.
No, it can be on the front foot if you push your fullbacks further on and they push them back. The best form of defence is attack. And you can still do that with three at the back.
Everybody knows a back three is quite negative, because it's
play.
like forms a lot of times into a 5. You've got look, 8, 9 players behind the ball.
What did I tell you? What did I say to you? You look at the season Chelsea won the league with a 3. And they were a really attacking side. They played really good football. It's about the personnel and using it to your strengths. If you're going to play a 3 and sit your fullbacks back all the time as a 5, yes, it's negative. But the idea behind it is that the 3 are comfortable in their position and the 2 that are playing as the wing backs are comfortable, and they can send them back the other way. So you're effectively playing a 3 and only a 5 when you're playing defence, when you have to defend. But predominantly, you're on the front foot, which is the way I'm doing it.
Okay, guys, well, listen, let us know what you think. Leave it in the comments below. But looking forward to the game later on here in Frankfurt. There's lots of Arsenal fans there. We've just been at the pub with him at O'Reilly's. You know, they get themselves up for the game.
Drunk.
The Frankfurt, they're getting drunk there. That's what I mean. The Frankfurt guys are going to be up for the game, that's for sure. Yeah. Let's hope the team are up for the game.